Hello and welcome back to our channel once again, almost after 3 years. I was busy in my work and also I was developing some website by myself, sharing some information there also. But now I thought to start this once again. So let's see the event first, what Zakir Naik told to that girl.
So honestly, I am not such a religion follower. I just believe that I have a God, and even today, I haven't read many of the books of religion. I've just read Bhagavad Gita, and
When Bhagavad Gita does it say that you have to do idol worship? Sister, I don't want you to be very religious. At least be a little religious. And the basics of religion is that idol worship is haram. Idol worship is forbidden. I am asking you where, which chapter, which verse of Bhagavad Gita tells you that you have to do idol worship? Which verse?
so I would like to say the reason I believe in idol worship. It is when I have a problem, a very big problem. All I do is I close my eyes, visualize and feel my Lord, that is Lord Krishna whom I worship, and it just makes me feel so much better. I get so much strength that I know I'm ready to face anything that comes.
Oh, I will give you the reply. Sister, if you read Bhagavad Gita, chapter number 7, verse number 20, it says that those whose desire has been stolen by material things, they do idol worship. Verse number 21 says that if you worship the false god, God will fulfill your wish. You will go to the kingdom of the false god.
So during that event, Zakir Naik told to the girl that idol worship is forbidden and went on to ask her to show which verse says one have to do idol worship. So please don't skip the video, as we are going to reveal something really special today which is unheard for most of us. As he has given the reference from Bhagavad Gita, chapter number 7, verse number 20, those whose desire is stolen by material things, they do idol worship. And then he said about verse 21, if you worship the false god, God will fulfill your desires and you will go to the kingdom of false god. As I told in my previous video that Zakir Naik always hide the context of what has been said, and here he is completely misquoted the verse and he is completely wrong. So let's see what Srimad Bhagavad says about idol worship. So Srimad Bhagavad says an idol could be of 8 types and they could be made up of stone, wood, metal, earth, paint, sand, the mind or jewels. I don't want to waste my time by bragging about Zakir Naik and his stupidity. I don't want to use such things. The very next verse says that the deity that is temporarily established can optionally be called forth and sent away. मतलब अस्थायी रूप से स्थापित देवता को वैकल्पिक रूप से बुलाया और विदा किया जा सकता है, लेकिन इन दोनों अनुष्ठानों को हमेशा किया जाना चाहिए। यदि देवता मिट्टी, पेंट या लकड़ी से बने हो तो बिना पानी के स्नान कराना चाहिए। ऐसे मामलों में पानी के बिना पूरी तरह से सफाई करने का आदेश दिया गया है। And the next verse says, anyone can worship me in my idol form by offering so much of things, but a devotee who is freed from material desires may worship me whatever he is able to obtain. तो भगवान विष्णु खुद ही बता रहे हैं कि एक मूर्ति को कैसे स्थापित करना चाहिए, वह मूर्ति किन किन चीज़ों की बनी हो सकती है। फिर आगे के श्लोकों में आप पढ़ेंगे, वह बताते हैं कि मूर्ति के आप किस डायरेक्शन में बैठ के उनके पूजा कर सकते हैं। वो संपूर्ण पूजा विधि बताते हैं कि कैसे पूजा विधि करना है। फॉर एग्जाम्पल, इन द नेक्स्ट वर्स ही सेज हाउ टू सिट इन फ्रंट ऑफ द डेटी, मीन्स आपको किस डायरेक्शन में बैठना है और क्या विधि होना चाहिए बैठने का। नाउ लेट्स सी व्हाट भगवद गीता सेज अबाउट आइडल वर्शिप. Zakir Naik quoted chapter number 7 verse number 20, and that says, those whose knowledge has been carried away by material desires surrender to the celestial gods and follow the particular rules and regulation of worship according to their own natures. While explaining that verse, Zakir Naik explaining to that girl that God will fulfill your desires, but you will go to the kingdom of false god. This verse no anywhere is saying about false god. It is telling about Anya Devta, means other gods. So you can see the meaning of each word. Other god means it could be goddess Saraswati, goddess Lakshmi, god Indra, Brahmaji, anyone. But he is completely misquoting the verse by telling that it is false god. I am giving the exact reference of the verse on the screen one by one, but first see the Hindi translation of this verse. जिन मनुष्यों का ज्ञान सांसारिक कामनाओं के द्वारा नष्ट हो चुका है, वे लोग अपने अपने स्वभाव के अनुसार पूर्व जन्मों के अर्जित संस्कारों के कारण प्रकृति के नियमों के वश में होकर अन्य देवी देवताओं के शरण में जाते हैं. Those who believe in Hinduism, those who understand Hinduism, they will understand what this verse is talking about. When you will see the next verses, you will understand that Lord Vishnu was telling about himself that he is the supreme god. That's why he is quoting that Anna Devi Devata means other gods. Of course, they are god, they have existence, they have their own worship methods, but it does not mean they are false god. Zakir Naik was totally manipulating this verse and misquoting it in its own way. Just he want to prove that there is no gods existing, it's a false god the Lord Vishnu is telling about himself. So that is completely wrong. Now, this verse is very interesting verse which I told in the beginning of the video itself that I am going to reveal something very special today. So, chapter number 7 verse number 21 says that whichever devotee desired to faithfully worship a particular form or deity, I fortify his faith in exactly that form. In Hindi we can say that जैसे ही कोई भक्त जिन देवी देवताओं के स्वरूप को श्रद्धा से पूजने की इच्छा करता है, मैं उसकी श्रद्धा को उन्हीं देवी देवताओं के प्रति स्थिर कर देता हूँ. So it means that when a people worship Sai Baba, a people worship Ma Saraswati, Ma Durga, everybody is getting his desire or her desire fulfilled. When somebody worshipping Ma Durga, his or her wishes are getting fulfilled. Same happens with Lord Ganesha also. If somebody worshipping him, then his or her wishes are getting fulfilled. Now, coming out of the box, coming out of the Hinduism, if anybody worshipping Christ or Muhammad, his or her wishes are getting fulfilled in the same way as it has been fulfilled with the deities also. Lord Vishnu telling himself that I am just establishing his focus on that particular deity. And the next verse says that devotee worship those gods and goddesses with reverence for the desires of worldly pleasures, and his wishes are also fulfilled. But in reality, all these desires are fulfilled by me only. तो भगवान विष्णु यह बताते हैं कि वह भक्त सांसारिक सुख की कामनाओं से श्रद्धा से युक्त होकर उन देवी देवताओं की पूजा आराधना करता है और उसकी वह कामनाएं पूर्ण भी होती हैं, किंतु वास्तव में यह सभी इच्छाएं मेरे द्वारा ही पूरी की जाती हैं. So this was the thing I wanted to reveal to everyone, that every wishes has been fulfilled by Lord Vishnu himself, no matter whom you worship. Lourdes Durga, Lourdes Saraswati, no matter Christ, Muhammad, whoever you are worshipping with the desire, utter devotion, those wishes are fulfilled by the Supreme God, that is Lord Vishnu. He is telling about himself. I will make a separate video for this topic only, but I wanted to reveal this thing really, because those who think that okay, we are worshipping this goddess, we are worshipping this god, and our wishes will fulfilled, because Lord himself established their faith in that particular idol. So it's equivalent, no matter whom you are worshipping. The God is telling about Supreme, means Atman, that is called Brahman, which we study later. Now coming to the next verse. The next verse says, परंतु उन अल्प बुद्धि वालों को प्राप्त वह फल क्षणिक होता है और भोगने के बाद समाप्त हो जाता है. देवताओं को पूजने वाले देवलोक को प्राप्त होते हैं, किंतु मेरे भक्त अनंत मेरे परम धाम को ही प्राप्त होते हैं. So it is very clear that Zakir Naik is hiding all the context what has been said. God was saying about the supreme goal, but he already misquoted and misguiding the audience. I have seen several videos on internet where he was misquoting this verse again and again. So I am requesting all my viewers, if you are watching this video, then check out all the verses I am listing now. Even though I am giving my website link in the description, you must check out and read it well. In the last video, I have also requested that don't believe even me. If you are not believing Zakir Naik, that is fine. Don't believe even me. But the verse I am giving you now as the reference, please check it out by yourself. Don't believe in me. Don't believe in Zakir Naik. That is really very important. We will move on to the next verse, which says, the ignorant people think of me as the unmanifest God, to be born like a human being. Therefore, they do not understand my higher nature, which is imperishable and supreme. So, whoever will read these verses, they will understand the context of the question and answer, which is read by Arjuna and answers were given by Lord Krishna. And the very next verse, 25 of chapter 7, says that, मैं सभी के लिए प्रकट नहीं हूँ, क्योंकि मेरा अंतरंग शक्ति योग माया द्वारा आच्छादित रहता है, इसलिए यह अल्पज्ञानी मनुष्य मुझे अजन्मा अविनाशी परमात्मा को समझ नहीं पाते हैं. That is basically for Zakir Naik. I never manifest to the ignorant and unintelligent. For them, I am covered by my internal energy called as Yog Maya, and therefore they do not know that I am unborn and imperishable. Lord Krishna himself saying that I never manifest to the ignorant and unintelligent person. So basically, those who raise the question on him that God exists or God not exist, in both cases, they are ignorant. They don't know about the truth, the reality. Now I am going to provide the reference that where it is said that idol worship is prohibited or not. So chapter number 12, verse number 1, Arjuna asks, which are considered to be more perfect, those who are always properly engaged in your devotional service and manifest form, or those who worship the impersonal Brahman, the unmanifested? So in Hindi I will explain. Arjuna is asking from Lord Krishna, हे भगवान, जो विधि आपने बताई है उस विधि के अनुसार अनन्य भक्ति से आपकी शरण में होकर आपके सगुण साकार रूप की निरंतर पूरा आराधना करते हैं. अन्य जो आपकी शरण न होकर अपने भरोसे आपके निर्गुण निराकार रूप की पूजा आराधना करते हैं, इन दोनों प्रकार के योगियों में से किसे अधिक पूर्ण सिद्ध योगी माना जाए? In this verse, Arjuna is asking, whom should we worship, your manifested form or your unmanifested form? Which is better among these two? Now, the next verse says about idol worship, where Sri Krishna is replying, O Arjuna, those who have fixed their mind in me are constantly engaged in the worship of my manifest form and worship my divine form with great devotion. They are considered by me to be the most perfect yogi among yogis. The Hindi translation goes like that, हे अर्जुन, जो मनुष्य मुझ में अपने मन को स्थिर करके निरंतर मेरे सगुण साकार रूप की पूजा में लगे रहते हैं और अत्यंत श्रद्धा पूर्वक मेरे दिव्य स्वरूप की आराधना करते हैं, वह मेरे द्वारा योगियों में अधिक पूर्ण सिद्ध योगी माने जाते हैं. That means whoever worship his manifested form is the perfect yogi among the yogis. So this verse is saying about idol worship, that Lord Vishnu himself telling that those who worship his manifest form are considered to be the most perfect yogis. So Zakir Naik should stop asking from the people that which verse says about idol worship. So me. He always used to brag like that. So he should have to stop this. It's all fault of ours that we don't read our scriptures. If anybody would be reading our scripture, he should have given the answer right away to him. Now let's see the next two verses. But those who fully controlling all their senses and even minded towards all and devoted to the welfare of all beings constantly adore as their very self the unthinkable, omnipresent, indestructible, indefinable, eternal, immovable, unmanifest and changeless Brahma, they too come to me. The next verse is really very special. Chapter number 12, verse number 5. For those whose minds are attached to the unmanifested, impersonal feature of the supreme advancement is very troublesome. To make progress in that discipline is always difficult for those who are embodied. So basically here Lord Vishnu is telling that worshipping and focusing on unmanifested is very difficult for all the devotees. So focusing on unmanifested is really very difficult for all human beings that need discipline, that needs teaching, that need practice a lot, so that when somebody reaches that level they can even focus on unmanifest. So in order to reach the Lord Supreme, to attain salvation, he is saying in the very next verse that those who worship me, giving up all their activities unto me and being devoted to me without deviation, engaged in devotional service and always meditating upon me, having their mind fixed upon me, O Son, for them I am the swift deliverer from the ocean of birth and death. Lord Krishna is telling that if anybody is having difficulty in worshipping his unmanifested form, really it is very difficult to focus on his unmanifested form. So he is telling that dedicate all his work to him, engage in devotional service and always meditate upon his name. So by doing this also, he will take you out of the chain of birth and death. That means salvation. And in the very next verse, Lord Krishna says, हे अर्जुन, तू अपने मन को मुझ में ही स्थिर कर और मुझ में ही अपनी बुद्धि को लगा। इस प्रकार तू निश्चित रूप से मुझ में ही सदैव निवास करेगा, इसमें किसी प्रकार का संदेह नहीं है। For all, he is saying that just fix your mind upon me, the Supreme Personality of Godhead, and engage all your intelligence in me. Thus, you will live in me always without a doubt. Also check out the next verses 9, 11, 12 and even you can check all the verses of this chapter. This chapter is very special as God himself telling about how to attain him, how to attain salvation. He will take you out of the chain of birth and death. So that is the important thing we have to understand. These all are the important verses from this chapter, that why God wanted us to take out from the chain of birth and death. So leave apart the argument of Zakir Naik. He always used to point out this verse, that chapter, this verse, that chapter. So it's really meaningless. When you will go through the Bhagavad Gita, even Srimad Bhagavat, even Vedas, you will get to know a lot of things. In Srimad Bhagavat also I already given the reference that we can make idol of eight types. So these things are very meaningless when Zakir Naik says something about our religion and we watch in silence. So these things are really meaningless when people like Zakir Naik is pointing out mistakes in our religion and we are watching in the silence. So we should avoid it better. We should educate ourselves. We should involve in reading our scriptures so we get to know a lot more about it. As I told that this video is going to be very special because why our wishes getting fulfilled even in our day-to-day lives. You will see that someone is very dedicatedly worshipping Lord Ganesha, somebody worshipping Lord Krishna, somebody worshipping Goddess Durga, and their wishes are getting fulfilled and everybody's got confused. Oh, his wishes are getting fulfilled, her wishes are getting fulfilled by worshipping so many gods. Even Christians are also thinking that their wishes are getting fulfilled. With the same case of Muhammad also, that Allah is granting their wishes. But who is the main source behind granting those wishes? Of course, Lord Vishnu revealed himself that he is granting all those wishes by himself. We are worshipping several deities, several gods, several unmanifested gods also. But ultimately, the wishes are granted by him only. He is establishing our faith in that particular idol, particular deity, and himself he is granting all those wishes. So this video was to make us understand that where it is written that idol worship should be done or not. So I have already explained from chapter number 7 and in chapter number 12, and there are several instances also in Bhagavad Gita where Lord himself tell about the form and formless God. So no matter which God you are worshipping, also check out the website link in the description where I have explained the whole thing in very detail. I almost written 2 articles there several years back. I think last year I have written 2 articles. So I have covered all the. Also please check out the download section of GitaInsight.com where I have listed out most of the Hinduism books for free in PDF format. So that is quite useful for all the viewers. I think all the doubts regarding idol worship has been cleared in this video. So stay tuned with our channel and with our website. We will come with some more interesting facts in coming weeks. So that's all for now. Thank you very much. God bless you. Please like and subscribe to our channel.